Yeah.
All right.
I don't have anywhere for food. Okay, I call the order of the special meeting of the Board of Equalization. It is Monday, May 13th. It is 9:30, and notice of this meeting was posted properly on April the 25th. Roll call, Mr. Brett Town.
Present.
Ms. Teresa Sellers.
Present.
And I'm Eleanor Thompson, and we have on the agenda 15 items. They all belong to Mr. Hayes. So we'll get him on the phone. We were close on Saturday. Or was it tomorrow?
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. It's a great weekend.
Is your weather okay?
Yes, everyone had a good Mother's Day.
Yes.
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 Okay. My Mother's Day now.
Oh, so you're at home. You're actually from Texas, huh?
Yes, ma'am. I'm from.
Oh, okay. My daddy was born in Longview. How about that?
Oh, okay. So you were Texas native. Where were you? Were you born in Oklahoma?
Baton Rouge.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you've got all of the things on our agenda today. Did you look at them first, and are there any we can agree on before we get started through the agenda?
Yes.
Okay, which one?
Start off with R100215530.
Okay, that's BOE number 373. 11235 Davis Court, R100021530. What did you guys have that value at?
201,000.
Okay, 201,000, and you agree to that, right, Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
I'd like to move on BOE 373, agenda item 9, and we set the fair market value of the property at $201,000 per agreement of both parties.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, let's put on my glasses. Okay, so we're gonna close the hearing on 373. Were there any others?
Yes, the next one, ended in 1970.
Okay, that's BOE number 380, 12 Pueblo. R122071970, and the assessor has that valued at $215,000. And you're agreeing to that, Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
I move on BOE 380, item number 15 on the agenda to set the fair market value of $215,000 by agreement of the parties.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Are there any others?
1380.
1176.
Okay. All right. BOE 376 is 10905 North Broward. R102891380. The assessor has that valued at $137,000. You're agreeing to that, Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd like to move on agenda item number 11, BOE 376, that we set the fair market value of the property per agreement of parties at $137,000.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Any others before we start?
Given the 1220.
Okay. That's BOE number 367. 8717 Cedar Ridge Drive, R123351220. The assessor has that at $167,000. You agree to that, Mr. Hayes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll move on BOE 367, item number 3 on the agenda to set the fair market value at $167,000 by agreement of the parties.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Are we done?
Next one is 1280.
371.
Okay, that's item 7 on the agenda, BOE 371, 7418 Northwest, 107. R 171371280. The assessor has that set at 266,000. And that's fine with you, Mr. Pace?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd like to move on agenda item number 7, BOE 371, then we set the fair market value of this property per agreement of parties at $266,000.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. That's in my old neighborhood. That's Eagle Lakes. Okay, any more?
And the last one is, ended in 1300, 1833110.
Okay, that's BOE number 372-12112 Sylvester Drive, R 1833-11-300. The assessor has that valued at $215,000. That's agreeable to you, Mr. Hayes?
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to move on BOE 372, item number 8 on the agenda to set the fair market value at $215,000 by agreement of both parties.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, so we'll start with item 1 on the agenda, which is BOE number 365, 7821 Northwest 101st, R 51560. Your paperwork says 187, Mr. Hayes, and the assessor is at 249. You have a different number?
237.
Okay. Okay, we'll hear from you.
What the issues there? I looked at when I looked at the sales map, I was like, whoa, that's a large neighborhood. That's a nice distance of 1, 2, 3, 4. I noticed number 4 had some type of negative influence of commercial. So normally, anytime you have a negative influence that would affect the value, you probably shouldn't really use it, especially in a different subdivision. In this case, by all these being so far away, and even though 5 and 6 had kind of the highest adjustment, I just looked when I looked at the sales map, I'm like, man, these are kind of far to be considered exchange point, like number 1.72, number 2 is 0.06. It doesn't look like that close to number 1, so I thought I should have been 0.60 maybe. I don't know. But I just use number 5 and 6 on this one, and I get to, those, and I came up with 237. 1, 2, 3, and 4 was literally the same general area, but look how far the sales map that's from. You got all those apartments, and it's pretty far. Yeah, I didn't like the adjustment. So I use number 5 and 6 on this. That subdivision, that's a huge neighborhood. So 5 and 6 are very close. So I use those 2. That's how I got my value.
Okay. Is that, the apartments are on Hefner. So this house is south of Hefner's 108th. Those apartments are right there at Council on Hefner.
Yes, right on the corner of Council and Hefner.
Yeah. Okay, we'll hear from you, sis.
Okay, so the nearest intersections are Council and Hefner. We're at 7821 Northwest 101st Street. We do have it on for $249,000. We had a median of $265,927, a mean of $257,140. Their value falls within range, and they had sent us the rental information on this one, I believe. Pull up the document. It might be before the report. I forget it. Yeah. Dude, scroll up more. Yeah, 1,985.
A month?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's the square footage on this one?
2232.
Yes.
What's the 2023 tax value or value?
235,500.
35.
Yes, 235.5. And it was remodeled in 23 before it was rented out.
What percentage remodeling did you get?
Let's see. I don't think it was actually
didn't
on
know that?
for this value, so it's in the next year.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so are all of your comps in the neighborhood?
Go to the report one and down. We don't have any neighborhood adjustments, and even if this subdivision is different, it looks like we're not doing any subdivision adjustments either.
Yeah, 'cause it's a bunch of houses.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're right at, let's see, top 1 and 2 are 0.55 miles, 3 is 0.64, and 4 is
Mhm.
0.72. So they're over a half a mile, but not over a mile.
No, and they're still in the neighborhood.
So they're still in the neighborhood.
Mhm.
It's a big neighborhood.
And then we didn't have any comparables provided to us as well, and that's all I've got.
Okay. Final word, Mr. Hayes.
Nothing further, like I said,
Okay.
abused neighborhood. How many houses in that neighborhood about that? What's the total amount of houses in that? That's a big neighborhood.
It is. That's the neighborhood just west of Eagle Heights.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I asked because when you have a neighborhood that big, that doesn't mean the average for 44-year-old home, because there's multiple buildings in that neighborhood. That takes a long, the reason why I asked is, when you build a neighborhood, you normally build a neighborhood for 3 to 4 years. That neighborhood too big, bunch of houses, it's gonna take a lot longer than that to get that neighborhood together.
Actually not. What happened at Mr. Hayes, there's a, at one point, it's sort of like the premier high school was PC North. And that's people stuck up in the neighborhood. I was like the 4th house in the neighborhood. And the neighborhood filled up, I'd say within 2 years, 3 years at the most. That was a hot area. It was anyway.
Multiple buildings.
Yeah.
It's pretty big. Okay, so we'll close it. We'll close it on and open up 366. I'm sorry.
Can I make,
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry.
you know why I asked the neighborhood, I noticed that all these properties, which is not common, will built within 3 years, 42 to 45.
Yeah, and I will just tell you that usually at least 3 builders would go in. One builder wouldn't build those neighborhoods. It'd be like 3 different builders.
And that's my point, that sometimes they're not building the same quality also.
Right.
I've been in neighborhoods when I was out, if there's 3 builders in there and one was building a little bit better, you can tell by the outside, a few things, which changes in the,
That's
some
true.
people just breaking. So it happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't get caught. So
Okay.
I just noticed the price, and when you take that much, the distance, and look at the value and the adjustments, number 5 and 6, and the sale price, I noticed it 270, 260, 250, 265. Then you go for ones that are close to the southern property. Even though 1855 is a lot smaller, it's over 227. Then look at the other one, which is only 70 square foot small. It's over in September, it's over 220. So that's why I didn't think those other 4 would be good. From the appraisal standpoint, I'm looking at that. I'm paying close attention to those sale prices and the drop off of the values that are close to the subject property and the time, September to July. September is the latter part of July is close to the middle, so I'm looking at that sale price. That's an indicator. I go on price point indicators instead of going back. So that's why I'm looking to
Okay.
make this.
All right. So we'll close 365 and open 366. Second item on the agenda. 11225 Cimarron Drive. R 122 31 22 70. Your paperwork said 190. The assessor is at 229.5. You got a different number, I suspect, Mr. Hayes.
Yes, I'm at 2.5.
Okay,
I used 3 and 6. Number 4,
I'm sorry, you used which ones, Mr. Hayes?
2, 3, and 6.
2, 3, and 6, thank you.
Number 4, the land is almost 2.5 times larger, even though it's one of the closest. But I'm pretty sure that land value is going to bring the value of that property up. Notice that they only adjust the land 6%. I thought that was very unique because remember I've been bringing it up that the age in the land has been a little bit off on that algorithm. Just saying. So pay close attention to that. 2.5 times larger. Number 1, pretty much for itself is the highest. Pretty much for the size per square foot is the highest. And it's close to the sale price. Remember it's over 253. You go down to the smaller, and number 4 is small, 2181. It barely sold for 7,000 higher. So, and it's even though they're both close August and November, a little bit different 4 months, 4 to 5 months, but still you got big value sales at 253,000. Notice it adjusted barely 9,000. Number 5 is home from a concept, 1766, well under 2,430 square feet. You can go 5, but I always go 5 once you get to like 2,000 square feet. So the property is 2196, maybe 2,200. So I went to 236 and I got the 225.
okay, we'll hear from you, Cecil.
Okay, we're still around Council and Hefner, 11225 Cimarron Drive. We have it on for 229,500. We have a median of 230,238, a mean of 229,692. Our sales support that the home is valued a little lower than the median, but still in range of where the mean is at. So it's still in range of what sales are happening in the area. You can see they're high and low. They've been kind of up and down in that area, as well as even around what it's valued at. So we did not change this one.
Okay. Final word, Mr. Hayes?
Roger.
Okay. We close 366 and open item 4 on the agenda, BOE 368, 936 Northeast 83rd. The assessor is at 169,500, and your paperwork is $150,000. What you got, Mr. Hayes?
162,500. Basically, since all the properties were very close to the subject property, besides everything in the 13, so nothing over 100 square feet, I think, yeah, pretty much. When you see this, I normally 2, 3 to 4. I use 4 with those adjustments, and 1, 3, 4, and 5, and I'm paying 162.5.
1, 3, 4, and 5?
Yes, ma'am. 2 and 6 at the highest adjustment. I mean, you look at number 5, it had it was at $695 in adjustment. It's just 145. Did sell at the beginning of the year, so of course you're gonna have a time adjustment. Look at number 3, adjustable 1149. It sold at the latter of the year, and it came in a lot higher. It came in 35, 34. I thought that was kind of weird, but by being so close, it wasn't the smallest 223 degrees. But all these were within square footage, so the adjustments are the adjustments. But I still went with 4, 1, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay, we'll hear from the assessor.
Okay. 936 Northeast 83rd Street. We are around North Kelly and Wilshire. We do have it on for 169,500. We have a median of 168,492 and a mean of $167,085. It is still within range of sales that are happening within that area. It is just slightly above the median. As you can see, some of the homes are valued at above that as well and below it. So again, it's a snapshot of what is happening in that area, and it is within range of the sales that are happening.
What was this in 23?
The distress sale?
Oh, it was a distress sale.
Mm-hmm.
Was this one of the newer houses?
This one, 2007, yes.
Yeah.
And in 2023, it was valued at $163,000.
Final word, Mr. Hayes.
Nothing more.
Okay, gonna close 368 and open 369. Item 5 on the agenda. 8909 Northwest 83rd R148687020. The assessor is at $246,000 and your paperwork is $218,000, Mr. Hayes.
That was the sale, man. That sold in August 31st. Should have that on record.
218,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, it was showed July of 23.
Yes.
Yeah. But that's also what your paperwork showed you were asking, so is that what you're asking for as well?
Yes, that's why we're asking it for the recent sale.
Okay, we'll hear from the assessor.
Okay. 8909 Northwest 83rd Street. We are at North County Line and Wilshire. We have it on for $246,000. It was a valid sale in 23 at $218,000. We have a median value of $258,941 and a mean of $260,383. They sent us the rental information with their information as well. And after they did a remodel in 2023, they were renting it for $2,045 a month at the end of November. We did not have the remodel on there. There was one from 2003 that was a slight remodel, but they remodeled it in 23, so we have that on for the next year, but it's not included in this valuation. And in 2023, this home was valued at $235,500, I think. Yeah, $235,500.
But this was a valid sale, not a distress, right?
Not a distress. And then it got remodeled, and then they rented it in the same year.
What value, if any, do you guys place on the amount of the rent and that
For the
it's
rent?
rented?
I would have to check with the sales team for their gross rent multiplier just to make sure, so I can get that for you.
Well, just because you say that, what is it, Michael?
It's roughly times 10.
It's roughly, it's based in, according to our sales team, they base it on what the board had set it at one time. So it's whatever the rent amount is per month, rent is times 10.
Okay, so tell me what impact, see, because there was the sale 6 months before,
Mm-hmm.
and we look at the percentage increase in the 6 months, and you're telling me that you're not taking the remodel into account until next year's valuation.
Yeah.
But does the rental, that's a lot of money, $24,000 a year. So can you tell me, does the rent impact the increase over the sales price or impact your median and means?
The rent isn't going to impact the median and mean. We take it into account for when the property is appealed and they are renting out the home. We will get that information so that we can see, what it's being rented out for and if it's still valued in the area of what it should be.
Okay, final word, Mr. Hayes.
Nothing further.
Okay, I'm gonna close BOE 369 and move to item 6 on the agenda, which is BOE 370 111 Windsor Way, R 1541 82000. What does the assessor have this one at?
$145,000.
And your, paperwork, Mr. Hayes, says 116. Are you sticking with that?
No, I'm at, 125.
Okay,
I use 1, 2, and 4.
okay.
Number 3 is too small. We're on, oh, I'm sorry, hold on, I think I'm on the wrong. What number are we on? What's the last 4? 2000?
Yes.
I'm to the wrong one. Oh, number 3, I looked at my notes. Also, I looked at, had a feeling of one negative influence. Anytime I see a negative influence on the property, I really don't like to use when you have multiple properties because there's a reason that comes in there.
So are you
like
sticking,
I said,
are you keeping 1, 2, and 4?
it's been 1, 2,
Okay,
and 4.
all right.
Looking at the adjustment.
What do you
Also,
mean when you say negative influence?
When you show it as an appraiser, you see a negative influence, there's a reason. There's a negative influence. So when you have a negative influence by me not knowing exactly what it is, a negative
Oh.
influence means somebody would not want to buy that property, which lower the value. So I don't really use those. The negative influence, if yourself, Ms. Thompson, came to see a property and myself, it has a negative influence to all of us. You might not like that property as much as the other, but anytime you put a negative influence from the appraisal standpoint, I don't use those properties unless I have to. By the time it's fixed, I automatically take that one out. Because it's automatically being said, hey, there's a reason why somebody might not want this property. Because that's what the concept of negative influence is. So I automatically take those out unless I have to use them. So with that being said, number 5, I looked at the condition. Even though it only sold for $114,000, it's an average. So maybe, I don't know, being slightly smaller in the subject property, it does have an average EDU, and it sold, I think, for the lowest, yeah, besides the one that sold for 1.5. Number 6, I didn't use that one because it's slightly below 1,000 square feet. It is, 250 square foot smaller than the subject property. It's fair, 12 years older, but I didn't really want to use that one because it's of the different variations of size and age. So I used 1, 2, and 4, and I came up with 125.
But did you use the adjusted value or did you use a different value?
You did just sell just.
Because that's not what I'm getting when I look at the mean for 1,
2, and 4.
1, 2, and 4. I see it's 134.4.
Hold on, make sure. 1, 2, and 4.
Yes.
Did I do it wrong? Let me see.
23 value.
40. One, 2, and 4.
Can you look at the pull-up comps and make sure I got them right? 113.8.
113.8, which I rounded to 114.
Yep.
143.5 does
Did you round that down?
And 4.
117.5 divided by 3. No, that's 125 all day.
What's comp 4?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, I did use the wrong one. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. That's good. I used the wrong number. Sorry.
You didn't use 4?
No, I didn't use 4. And I should have used 5. I'm sorry.
So you just did 1 and 2?
No, disregard that. It's fine with that.
You're fine with what?
With that. Yeah, I'm fine with the value being that because I used the wrong one. So,
145?
yes.
Okay,
Fine with the
then the
value.
motion on 145?
That is fine. I
I'd
used
like,
the wrong one.
That's okay.
then I'll move on agenda item 6, BOE 370, that we set the fair market value of this property per agreement at $145,000.
One second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, we'll
Thank you.
close. Oh,
I
sure.
apologize.
That's all right. We'll close BOE 370 and go to item 10 on the agenda, which is BOE 374. Wait, by the way, just for but I don't recognize these addresses. What, this one we just did, Windsor Way, what?
Crutcho, we're in the Crutcho Creek
Oh,
area,
Crutcher,
so
okay.
Northeast 10th and Northwood West Boulevard.
Okay.
No, you're good.
Okay, so we're at 374, 7934 Northwest 101. We're back in that neighborhood, aren't we? Okay, the number is R1000511090. The assessor is at 246,000. I show us July of 2021 sale of
I didn't
196,000.
see that was valid.
You didn't see that's not, I don't think that's valid. Okay, so Mr. Hayes, your paperwork is 220,400 unless you change it.
Well, on this one, I didn't really come up with a number because if you look on the appraisal pull up, they didn't send us all their information. Their pages are cut, so I couldn't really look at a lot of theirs. And I didn't like a lot of our data, so I didn't really get a chance. I probably should have brought it up at the beginning, but just me, I didn't really get a chance to work because they didn't. If you look, I don't know if he can show you, but what he showed us, what they gave us, the pages were cut. It was probably the worst concept of evidence to actually have it. It was only 4, and 3 of the sales were below to be adjusted. So I think it should be that's why I didn't just pass it through. And one was too large, so it was over 500 square feet. So well, actually, almost too large, and one was kind of small.
So are you gonna agree to the 246 or you want to hear from the assessor?
I want to hear from you.
Okay.
7934 Northwest 101st Street. We are at council in between Hefner and Britton. It had, the most recent sale was a 2023 multi-property, 21 was a multi-property, and then there was a valid sale in 2019 for 128,000. We have it on for 246,000, and in, can you go back to the account detail, please?
23.
2019 valid sale.
2019 was valid or invalid?
Oh, invalid, I'm sorry.
The last valid sale was 2001.
Oh, 2001.
Oh, too far back.
I must have read one wrong.
You would have-
Go to the account detail.
Okay, so we need to know what 23
In
was.
23, it was 234,000.
Okay.
Let's see. The 4 comps that were used were the comps provided by Ryan LLC. So since they provided 4 that were valid and qualified, those were the ones that we went ahead and used. They are above the median, but still fall within range of the sales that happened in that area, which is why we did not change their value.
And what was your median?
Median was 235,532. The mean was 229,560. The minimum sale was 186,000, but the maximum sale was 260,000. Yeah.
So,
3-3.
Yes, I'm done.
Okay, anything else, Mr. Hayes?
So, is the appraiser showing you guys what, because all I see is, I see the number 1 and number 2 and number 3 sale price, 187, 227, 269. Standard you see that's 82,000 in different sales. So when you have property of this size with almost close to $100,000 sales difference, $122 per square feet to $83 per square feet, that's an automatic indicator that something's going on there. I just can't see the rest of that information to be
There were four comps, Mr. H. You said three.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the first three comps.
Okay.
The last sale sold at the highest 283, so I kind of didn't even reference that. You're looking at almost $100,000 in different sales, and we're still under 300,000. So that's a direct indicator that all of these are not true comps. If you got the highest sale at 283.5, and the lowest at 187, 2232 for one side and 2574 for the other one. So
Yeah, but Mr. Hayes, although the last comp sold for the highest, it adjusted to almost the lowest to 232.
I can't see that, man. That's my point.
Yeah, that's why I'm sharing that with you.
Yeah, it's not showing on this, and it is the highest comp sold in August. That's the latest sale. Well, two of them sold August 16th, and two sold in July. So I really can't see the information, but I really don't agree with that value. So I kind of leave myself the mercy of you guys on this, if I can't. And we don't have good data, so our sales man. We're at like an average of we have 83, 76, and our data.
Well, the assessor said that your
They're
comps
all
were the
yours.
same as his.
Yeah, all four of them were yours.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Came up with 220,400. So
okay.
I'll stick with.
Okay, we'll close 374 and go to item 12 on the agenda, which is BOE 377, 1205 Northwest 103rd, R10375, 2055. The assessor is at 126,500, and your paperwork is 116,600.
What's the last four?
2055.
That what means?
So what now?
The assessor's at 126.5.
I'm slightly off of that. I'm not asking for much. I'm asking for 125. I use, so 1 and 3 are basically the same. So I did the average of 1 and 3, came up with one number, and I used that average with 2, 3, with 2, 4, and 5. Number 6 adjustments were like sky high on that one. I actually, that's the one I looked at. Hold on, let me see. 055. I was looking at my notes. I wanted to pull the actual. I had to. Okay. I actually looked at our evidence on this one too. We were most of our sales, all of our sales. We only provided 3 sales and 14. Oh, we had 6. I looked at 2 of our sales even lower in the same neighborhood. Land pretty much the same. Sold in August 2232. Both was the same size, 2232. One sold for very close to the subject property inside, very close to the subject property year 1980, subject property 1983. Adjustments were very low. One was just 175, one just 192. But I still looked at hold on. Let me adjust it like, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the right one. No, I'm looking at a different one. Sorry. I apologize.
Okay, so do I scratch that you averaged 1 and 3 and then use 2, 4, and 5? Is that bad information?
No, that's when I was looking at the different data for our data.
Okay.
But yeah, I did use that for that. The average of 1 and 3.
Okay.
Which is both 147. And I used 2, 4, and 5.
Okay. Okay, we're here from your home. Okay, we're here from the assessor.
1205 Northwest 103rd Street. We are around Northwestern and Hefner. We do have it on for $126,500. The 2023 value was $123,500. The median of our sales was 127,773. The mean was 129,609. There was there were two 2022 multi-property sales. There was a valid sale in 21. That was 135,000. We used their comp number 1 is our comp number 6. Their comp number 4 is our number 3. Their number 5 is our number 5. And their number 6 is our number 4.
That's what you use to get the median and the mean.
With 2 sales that we provided in there as well, yes.
Okay. Any response, Mr. Hayes?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Gonna close that one, and the last two, let's see. 10, 11, 12, BOE 13, agenda item 13, BOE 378, 12609 Springwood Drive, R 1101, 26, 100. The assessor is at 221,000. Your paperwork is 218,700. Mr. Hayes, you sticking with that?
I just accidentally that one out. I don't know. I'm looking at 217.
Okay.
I just had to put on back up somehow. Yeah. Okay. So that one only had 3. I actually used the mean of all 3. And I'm gonna be honest with you, number 3 is a little bit large to be classified as a comp, being 410, which is smaller than 75. So I really, and that would have been 213.5, but I just used it the mean of all 3. Being that, it's only 30,000. Sale price in the last sale, $14.94. Look at the value, 137.22 per square feet. I'll use that. I'll be at 217.
Okay. And we're here from the assessor.
12609 Springwood Drive, northwest 122nd and May. It's going to be your nearest major intersection. We do have it on for 221,000, and the 2023 value was 209,500. We got a median value of 223,092, a mean of 217,016.
What was the median again?
223
Okay.
and $92. Their most recent sale was in 2023, which was a multi-property.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 21, there was a valid 165.5. Their comp 1 is our comp 1. Their comp 2 is our comp 3. Their comp 3 was a 2024 sale. Their comp 4 is our comp number 2. And then number 5 was outside the neighborhood with neighborhood adjustments. So we used the ones that were inside the neighborhood when we ran the report with the comps they provided.
Okay. Final word for you, Mr. Hayes.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Gonna close BOE 378 and open up BOE. This will be, I guess, our last one. Item 14 on the agenda. 16212 Acoma Place. R 122 071920. The assessor is at 229,500, and your paperwork is 222,900. Not that far apart.
What are we asking for?
222,900. And the assessor's at 229,500.
I'm a little bit lower.
Okay.
Hold on. Where's my? How do these things disappear on me like this? Oh, there. I'm sorry. Sometimes I have so much stuff open because I'm dealing with other counties too. I do apologize for that. On this one, I'm okay. So, looking at the 6 comps, let's break it down. 5 and 6 are under 2,000 square feet. 446 square feet is 5. 438 square feet is 6. Too close to 500. We're not even at 2,000 square feet. So I wouldn't do that. Maybe I'm wrong. I think we go 100 to 125 square feet per 500 square feet. So I should do 20, 25 feet. So those two when we use.
Was that comp 5 and 6 that you're not using?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And also kind of look at the sale price of the 2 comps.
Which 2 comps?
Number 5 and 6. Look at number 5. It sold at the end of the year almost 220,000. Number 6. 2 months earlier. Literally, not really 2 months earlier. A month and 4 days. October 27th and December 1st. Notice the price difference on 29,000. So 44 to be exact. Looking at number 3, it was just one of the closest properties in size in 1889. It adjusted to 214. So, no, sorry, 234.5. So I used 1 and 4. 4 is slightly smaller than some property, average age, everything pretty much the same. It's one of the ones in the neighborhood and subdivisions. I noticed that 2 and 3 in the subdivision and the neighborhood. Well, actually, yeah, 1, 2, and 3 in the different neighborhoods. I think it was 3 different subdivisions for this, so this must be a larger neighborhood. But I also looked at the sale prices for number 2 and 3. 267 is much different than 195. 1412 1826, 414 square feet larger. It shows you that, hey, we're in a whole different concept of adjustment. So that property, notice that 1 and 2 also sold at the latter part of the year. But look at the difference of 1 and look at the difference of 2. Very close in size.
So why did you toss 2? Why did you not use 2?
I'm explaining the 52,000 difference in sales. Price point indicator.
Okay.
23 days. December 22nd, November 3rd. Only 1794 1826. That's 32 square feet. Same year. Everything pretty much the same, ladies and gentlemen. So that kind of tells you if you're selling a property for 52,000 higher than the property, 32 square foot larger. Isn't that telling you that it's probably been upgraded? I don't think that's the concept of a demand.
So what are you asking? What amount are you asking for?
219.
And that's based off of comp 1 and
1 and 4.
4? Did you use the adjusted value or something else?
Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. I threw in 3. I think I went ahead and threw in 3. But I know you got like 4.
3 and 4.
2. Sometimes I throw in 1 just because I don't want to seem like I'm trying to get the lower value. So yeah, I didn't like 5 and 6. And 2 sale price is too high. It was way too high. That's like, I mean, I don't know if I'm the only one that does this, but I'm pretty sure I'm not because I was taught by an appraiser when I was trained. Those are called price point indicators to let you know that, hey, something's going on here. So
So comp three, that was the reason why you didn't use comp three?
He said he did. Did you say you did?
Oh, you did use three.
I went ahead and used comfort.
You didn't use two. And why didn't you like two?
Two because of the sale price. The sale price is $267. That's the highest sale price, and it is 32 square foot. I mean, it's not that. If I tell you, it's 32 square foot larger than 75. I mean, in the top one, 24 square foot smaller than the 75, and it's sold for 267, and the 70 is at 229. So it's what, 40-some thousand, 52,000. Well, 50,000 higher than sale price. We're talking about properties that are under 2,000 square feet. Shouldn't be $50,000 difference. Anytime you $50,000 difference in sale price,
What's his comp two?
normally that does mean that people might want this property more because of what they see on the inside of the house. You know,
But he says his own comp he's not using. Okay, let's hear from the assessor. Where is this?
So 16212 Acoma Place. We're at Northwest 164th in Santa Fe.
Just to the west, across the street from Crest.
Oh.
The trails.
I believe so, yeah.
Fairfield South.
Fairfield South.
We do have it on for $229,500. Our 23 value was $214,000. We have a median of $230,000, a mean of $233,000. The most recent sale was in 23, and that was a multi-property. Uh, 21, it sold in 21, and that was a multi-property as well.
21 was a valid sale.
21 was a valid sale?
Yeah, 21 was a valid sale.
Did I write it wrong?
Man, let me just go back to it real quickly.
So
Or no, I'm sorry, 19. I'm sorry.
19.
Yeah.
There was a valid sale in 2019 for $150,000. Their number 2 is our number 4. Their number 3 is our number 5. And their number 4 is our number 6.
But you reached your median and mean with how many properties?
6.
6.
Yeah, so 3 of theirs and 3 of ours.
What was the 23 value?
The
214.
I'm sorry.
214,000.
Thank you.
Snuck that in there on you, Brett.
What is the yearly percentage we're using?
6.7.
6.7.
Right.
6.7, 8 or 9.
Yeah. 6.796. That's the mean.
7%. It is 7%. Okay. You have any rental information on this one?
I don't remember
Let me go.
seeing it, but let's look. No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, final word, Mr. Hayes.
nothing further.
Okay, that does us for today. I don't think we see you tomorrow, right? But we see you Wednesday, and he's all there is on. You're all there is on Wednesday, so we'll be calling you straight up 9:30.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Good.
All right, bye-bye. Okay. So, you're not coming at all tomorrow?
No.
Okay. I just remember one of those days you were gonna come and leave early. Okay. So tomorrow is the day that we have, we're a non-profit, right? Okay.
Taxes.
Okay, I'll entertain a
Found
motion.
some shuffleboard in my hand.
I'll
Go buy a
entertain
lottery
a
ticket.
motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
A second.
All in favor?
So I.
So sorry, Eleanor. Did not mean to interrupt you.
No,